Hey guys, welcome to Calm Facts. There are estimated 900,000 islands worldwide, ranging from little rocky outcrops to wealthy, bustling towns. There is a wide range depending on how they were made and where they are. While many are similar to one another, a few stick out as absolutely unique. It's time to tour the 10 most rare islands on the planet, from one of the most biodiverse regions to man-made islands and those with abundant natural resources. These islands are gorgeous and unique, with many of them threatened by human meddling and environmental degradation, making them crucial locations to protect for future generations to enjoy. If you are new here, click on the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get instant notification of the latest videos. Let's start the video. Number 10. Socotra Island, Yemen. Socotra Island, located off the coast of Yemen, is considered one of Earth's rare and unique islands. It is known for its unique and diverse flora and fauna, with over 700 species of plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. The island is home to the dragon's blood tree, a unique, umbrella-shaped canopy that is considered an important cultural symbol. Additionally, it has various landscapes, from deserts to mountains, beaches to caves, making it a paradise for nature lovers. The island is also home to multiple tribes of indigenous people, who have a unique culture and way of life. Unfortunately, the island's unique environment and culture are facing a threat due to human activities, such as overgrazing, logging, and urbanization. Efforts are being made to preserve the island's biodiversity and cultural heritage for future generations. Number 9. Palmyra Atoll Island. Though Palmyra Atoll is built of coral rather than an island, its intriguing character cannot be disregarded. The breathtakingly beautiful ringlet, Palmyra Island is between American Samoa and Hawaii. Despite its lush foliage and flawless look, the island has long been the subject of folklore and superstition. Numerous reports have been of violent shipwrecks and inexplicable ship disappearances on and near the island. Those who have visited the island and lived to tell the tale have claimed bizarre occurrences such as floating lights, spirits, and sea monsters. It is also said to be a haven for sharks, some of which have developed a taste for humans. Number 8. Easter Island. The world-famous Easter Island continues to draw tourists, anthropologists, and archaeologists who are both perplexed and fascinated by the statues left behind by the ancestors of the native Rapa Nui peoples. Though the riddles surrounding the Moai statues have mostly been resolved, others besides the ones that have confused visitors to the little island off Chile's coast. One of the most pressing questions about the Moai has recently been answered. How did the Rapa Nui move these massive stone idols? They discovered that these sculptures were purposely built with pot bellies, allowing them to be rocked back and forth until they wiggled into the desired position. However, the mystery is not about the Moai, but the humans who created them. The Rapa Nui have a genetic background completely different from that of nearby native South African peoples. Number 7. Paviglia Island. Paviglia Island, just off the coast of Venice, Italy, has one of the most twisted and horrible histories of any island on the planet. During the 14th century bubonic plague outbreak, the government of Venice decided to quarantine the infected by sending them to Paviglia Island, where they would live out their days. As a result, even after the plague had passed, the site became a national lazaretto, used whenever a disease outbreak occurred. Paviglia would serve a new purpose in the 1920s when a mental hospital was established. The terrors the inmates experienced at the hands of their carers further contributed to the island's grim past. Since then, the island has fallen into dangerous disrepair, and the Italian Tourism Bureau theoretically prohibits anybody from visiting unless they go through a lengthy application and interview process. But it hasn't stopped ghost hunters and thrill seekers from discovering alternate routes to the eerie island. Number 6. Floaty Island. Argentinian filmmaker Sergio Nuspillan discovered one of the world's most peculiar places while surveying the Parana Delta in northern Argentina in 2016, in search of the perfect setting for his upcoming film. Deep within the hazy marshlands, Sergio stumbled across a lake that appeared to be a complete circle. Not only that, but there was a lake island with the same shape that took up most of the lake, leaving only a small ring of water around it. Sergio was captivated by the island that would become known as the Eye, and he promptly returned with a small research team. They discovered that the island was floating in the water and looked to rotate on its axis around the lake. They further claimed that the water was unusually cold and clean, and that the lake's bottom was substantially firmer than the surrounding terrain. Sergio decided to abandon the initial film project he was working on in favor of filming a documentary about the Eye due to these unusual discoveries. Several conspiracy theories centered on Floating Island having emerged since the island's discovery. The most prevalent is that the island conceals a secret alien outpost. Several conspiracy theories centered on Floating Island have emerged since the island's discovery. The most prevalent is that the island conceals a secret alien outpost. Number 5. NonMadal Island. Explorers first discovered the ruins of NonMadal nearly 100 years ago on the island of Pohnpei in Micronesia. The island is approximately 1,600 miles from Australia and around 2,500 miles from Los Angeles. The island is just another one of many beautiful islands in Micronesia, with welcoming people and kava. Yes, kava is a drink that tastes like dirt, but it helps you relax. After a few cups, your mouth gets numb, and you know when you've drunk too much because you lose the use of your legs. There's an ancient city called NonMadal on a little island about 100 yards off the coast of Pohnpei. It's not an island as much as a peninsula type thing, but it has an ancient city. Some Pohnpei residents refuse to go near the city's ruins, believing it was haunted. They claim human sacrifices took place here, among other strange hoodoo guru stuff. They need to learn more about who built it, or why there was no written documentation. All they know are stories passed down from generation to generation. Nobody tells the whole story because they believe if they tell the whole story, they'll die right afterward. They think all the rocks were placed there by magic, as if they were flown through the large air rocks and planted by magic number 3. Bannerman Island is located in the Hudson River, approximately an hour's drive from New York City. If you've ever taken the Metro North train, you can see it, or what's remained of the castle he constructed there. Number 4. Tashirojima Island, Japan. The Japanese archipelago consists of 6,852 islands, with distinct histories and peculiarities. One of the most interesting is Tashirojima Island, which covers an area of just 1.2 square miles and is located off the coast of the Oshika Peninsula in the Pacific Ocean. It's also known as Cat Island because locals and visitors believe feeding stray cats will bring good luck. The reason for this can be traced back to the original communities that lived there in the early 17th century during the late Edo period. Number 3. Floaty Island, Iceland. Unlike most islands, which are formed by volcanoes or the separation of continents, Floaty Island and its surrounding island group are thought to have been formed beneath the weight of a massive glacier during the last ice age. It's located off the northwestern coast of Iceland, covers just a fifth of a square mile or half a square kilometer, and is mostly flat. Surprisingly, despite its remote location and cold climate, it's been inhabited for nearly a century. The island is still a popular tourist destination, with the population almost doubling each summer from those seeking a peaceful escape surrounded by only sheep and migratory birds. It's a great place to experience natural Icelandic scenery, and residents are understandably trying to limit development as much as possible to preserve the quaint island for the future. Number 2. Howland Island, Pacific Ocean. Howland Island is a Pacific Ocean island located in the Central Pacific, about 1,700 miles south of Honolulu. Howland Island is one of the most remote parts of the United States, described as having an elongated cucumber shape. It covers an area of about 1 square mile and is part of a protected wildlife refuge that encompasses a region of submerged land rich in aquatic life. The island was mined for its vast guano deposits in the 19th century, but there's no permanent population or economic activity in the area now. There is some aircraft wreckage on the island, though unrelated to her, and a lighthouse was built and named after her in the 1930s to prevent ships from being caught out on the shallow reefs. Because there are no residents, the island does not have an official time zone. It is within a region called the International Dateline West, or anywhere on Earth that is the last area on the planet to reach the end of the day. Number 1. Miyaki Jima Island, Japan. Miyaki Jima Island, Japan is located south of Tokyo on top of an active volcano chain. Although there have been 6 eruptions in the last century alone, lava flows and landslides are the most dangerous threats that visitors and residents face. The island is also subject to some of the highest concentrations of poisonous gases in the world, primarily sulfur, and they can be released with sandstorms. Following the eruption of the island's central volcano, Mount Oyama, in 2000, the level of gases seeping up from the ground became so extreme that a massive evacuation was ordered. The risk was so great that residents were not allowed to return home for 5 years, even to retrieve possessions, and planes were diverted from flying through the region for 8 years due to the levels of toxic substances in the air. I hope you'll get exciting and valuable information from this video. You guys are all truly amazing, and I appreciate every last one of you for watching. I mean that, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. Do subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section. And as always, I will see you again very soon.